Hello guys, this is another multiplayer battle. I'm recording it after the battle. This is the replay, so I just thought I'd show what's going on. This is a 3 versus 2. Me and Tywin are playing as the Romans. I control these cavalry and the front line. He has these cavalry and the second line. Now I should point out this is a true 2 versus 3. They have another full army against us with all the funds, so we are definitely at a disadvantage to begin with. Now the rules for this were just basic infantry and cavalry only, no skirmishers, no elites, and that was because we just wanted a standard, good infantry battle mainly. Although Dasher did bring a couple Hellenic Royal Guard. Or he claimed he brought 2. He brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, the rules, and there's some more Galatian Royal. The rules weren't followed exactly, and Royal Thorax. I didn't see those before. Our plan is I'm gonna pin him in the center, and then Tywin's gonna take his second row and try and outflank. His cavalry here eventually does break through their cavalry on the left. However, my cavalry on the right is greatly outmatched. I believe here I told him to halt his line for a second so that we could, split them up a bit. Here's a cavalry battle over here. He was able to chop through their light horse. An epic battle here. Now you see on the right, I had to pull my cavalry back when I realized how much he had over here. There's 4 units of Tarantine Cav. I believe they didn't realize they were actually skirmish Cav. And then I believe there actually is some Cataphract. There's our melee Cav, but then there's, Hellenic Cataphracts. Alright, our first line is composed of 15 Eagle cohorts. And they just, the way the morale works is that they don't take morale shocks, like if they get charged in the back. And I believe they give a 1 morale buff to all units around them. Then the second line is armored legionaries. Tywin was actually managed to get in behind them with his legionary cavalry. This is where Egypt on the left. Carthage is holding back. And then the Seleucid Empire on our right. You can see their frontage is a lot longer than ours. So we have to kind of cap our flanks and turn a little bit. The idea was hopefully I could maybe punch through a little in the center while Tywin was going to flank. I was hoping my legionaries could withstand their pike walls long enough to be outflanked. Oh, here Tywin's cavalry did manage to get a charge onto these Hellenic Royal Guard, but it really didn't do much, except for give me a chance to engage them from the rear. I believe they lost about 2 men in this charge. But it did open up kind of a hole in their line, which I tried to exploit, but they were able to plug it. One of their mistakes in this battle was their right flank didn't advance soon enough, and it allowed us to win a battle over here. And as you can see, we're attacking the rear of them. As you can see, their cavalry did move way off behind us, and I had to turn mine to face it. I have auxiliary cav, 4 of them. Okay, over here they've closed in on our left. We're not being able to break the center too much. I do try and break through here in this little gap, but that doesn't work too well. As you can see, though, they're not advancing on their left flank, or yeah, their left, our right, which means these 4 units can just kind of sit here, and we can gain local superiority over here. I do manage to get through here. This is when Tywin commits most of his main line to try and outflank Dasher on our left, and his 6 units of Hellenic Royal Guard. Meanwhile, my forces are just holding him here and there. It was very lucky for us that they did advance with this part of their army. It's just the whole army sitting there. They should have just come straight in. Oh, sorry about that. My recording messed up. I had to cut in 2 different replays. But here we are again. Oh, I should point out this is we're actually playing with a view of one of the new wonders CA put in for us. This is, I think, just the BAM Citadel. Really cool if you could fight in here. I don't know why you can't, but let's get back to the battle. As you can see, it's absolutely massive. My cavalry and his cavalry have charged. I've set my general in as well, and I believe yeah, we send a couple legions in there as well. Now this is probably where they should have engaged this entire army. It's just sitting idle over here, but they don't. Massive battle going on the left. And all this time Tywin's just trying to outflank their Hellenic Royal Guard with the more mobile legionaries. Yep, that's his troops standing in reserve back there. Mine are just in place, trying to fix them in place. We actually do manage to cut through this line of African pikemen. But this is when he advances with this line. We lose the cavalry battle, mainly due to numbers. Very bloody though. I believe we managed to rout some. This is when they finally advanced on the right, but I just pulled my 4 legions back. Maniples, I guess. And he does try to outflank here, but I just move these guys around the back. One of my units does run there. This is where the legions excel, is in this close quarters combat. Just a big mess. And we do manage to break through on their left, just over here. Tywin's armored legionaries punch through this light unit here, and this is where you can start rolling up their flank. And I'm just trying to hold off everyone else over here at my eagle cohorts. Now the 4 units that were being chased here, I actually sent them into the cavalry. There's another unit engaged with cavalry over here as well. And another over here. Now, they get sandwiched between the cavalry and this massive, well, the whole second line of the Egyptian army, I believe. But because they're Eagle cohorts, they don't break from getting charged from two sides at once. And this actually is a critical part. They tie down a good section of the enemy forces. This was left of a general. I don't know whose it is, actually, to be honest. You can see here we've broken a couple units of the Egyptian army. Oh, I was right. It's a Seleucid army on the right. This is where Tywin begins to push through on the left. Their left begins to crumble, and we outflank this massive blob here. You see my legions are just all up brawl in the left there. These guys are also surrounded. I have two spare units over here. I think these are mine. Yeah. And they actually end up fighting off this cavalry and this infantry over here. So you can see this massive blob here. He outflanks with these three units. I think I counted them with this one. They still got a couple dangerous units of cavalry. I have to peel off one unit to protect their back. And Tywin started a mass rout over here when he outflanked the Carthaginian and Egyptian armies, which frees up just about all my engaged units on this flank to come back and counter the Seleucid and the rest of the Carthaginian armies. You see these two fights over here just tie down more of the enemy's troops. The Seleucid army, I believe. These guys get cut up and butchered over here, but they managed to hold out for long enough. Oh, looks like I forgot about these guys. See, this is what's good about the Eagle cohorts is they don't break when they get charged from behind. They just turn around and fight. They did take quite a few losses, though. As you can see, we have quite a few untouched units pushing through on the left. Most of this cavalry is relatively light, so my units are able to withstand the charges. They've gone. These guys don't last much longer, but it's enough to where we can deal with all this over here. Wow. Broke another unit there. The rest of these units don't last. Yeah, there they go. Which frees up us to fight the remainder of the Seleucid army, which just got done fighting my troops over here. Yep, we broke their units there, and we're able to form somewhat of a line. I believe I charged my general in. I charged this unit with the depleted unit of my Eagle cohorts. But I have one unit facing the cavalry and one unit facing this unit of, I believe these are Thracian pikemen, yep, or thorax pikemen. And most of their pike units are gone, just spears, so our legions can hack through them. I believe I pull out all my the what's left of my men, which is just these guys, because most of them were facing the brunt of the enemy's pike wall. These units here are still holding. They do manage to get another charge off with this Carthaginian cavalry, but these guys just turn around and face it. A very bloody battle. This is where the complaining on both sides started. Friendly banter. We managed to break their light cavalry, and I can charge the rear of their Carthaginian cav. There's another massive brawl in the center here, but we managed to, a couple flanking maneuvers, break their mainly thorax, thorax swordsmen and pikemen, yeah. Yep, we've won this fight over here. I believe it's just a mopping up operation at this point for us. Yeah, we sent their army in headlong retreat there. I'll show you the losses. My army took the brunt of the enemy's main line. We deployed the exact same number of men. 1638. And thanks for watching, guys.